Reform UK's housing spokesman is sacked for his comments about the Grenfell Tower fire. Party leader Nigel Farage agrees they were deeply inappropriate. Grenfell groups feel much stronger.
If those are the people that they're relying on in order to take democratic power, then he ought to step up and actually apologise formally to the next of kin families.
Well, the government's housing secretary says the comments about Grenfell are beyond the pale. Also tonight, some former pupils at a high-achieving academy in Hackney claim they've been left with emotional scars after their time at the school. They're now calling for a national inquiry. After she saved his life at Liverpool Street Station, we meet the pair who are campaigning for more to be done to help those suffering a cardiac arrest. And
ahead of the Oxford-Cambridge boat race on Saturday, Becky there has just rowed the entire course and will tell you why that's especially remarkable later in the programme.
Now, one of the country's largest free sporting events takes place on Saturday. It is, of course, the university boat race on the Thames. But before Oxford and Cambridge battle it out, a wheelchair user completed the course today in the inaugural Adapted Boat Race Challenge. She completed the 4-mile course using only her arms. Wendy Hurrell has more.
On Saturday, this bit of the River Thames will be thronged with people watching the Oxford-Cambridge boat race. Today, a remarkable woman is taking on the whole course. The challenge has been organised by Fulham Reach Boat Club.
Becky is an absolute inspiration. She's kind of really inspired us all and has actually been helping us drive accessibility here at Fulham Reach. She's pushing the boundaries today. She's taking on 6.8 kilometres, the boat race course, using just her arms. It's never been done before. Everyone's rooting for her, so it's going to be a really magical day.
Becky took up rowing with the club while recovering from sepsis, which has had a long-lasting neurological impact.
In my case, this now would not have been possible. I could not speak properly. I really struggled to find the words, even though I knew in my brain what I wanted to say. And even just going out, trying to cross the road or into any busy environments that we'd have in London, just so overstimulating. The brain just can't cope. You need to shut down all the time. I think for me, I'm just really happy that I can do something to make a difference, obviously, for Sepsis Trust that helped me quite a lot during that time when it's not very well known about the after effects, for sure.
While she raises money, she also raises awareness of the accessible rowing mission at Fulham Reach. BBC London covered the pilot for it in August 2024, where visually impaired teenagers took to the water for the first time. It's hoped that Becky's triumph today will begin an annual adaptive boat race. As ever, the club has big ambitions.
But today is really just launching fully what we're doing now, but I think by next year we will be one of the biggest accessible rowing programmes in the world, and that will be such a proud thing for London to be home of that.
Wendy Hurrell, BBC London.
Yeah, great achievement.
Now, this weekend, crews from Oxford and Cambridge University are set to write the latest chapter of a near 200-year rowing rivalry on the Thames. And organisers predict more than 200,000 spectators will line the banks of the river to watch. But how can you make a sport like rowing appeal to more young people? Well, Fulham Reach Boat Club is running free water sports sessions for kids on free school meals. And Daisy Purcell has been along to have a look at the impact it's having.
Go!
Taking to the Thames like a duck to water. For these youngsters from West London, a week on the river has been an opportunity to connect with nature and each other.
It's fun, we get to meet loads of new people, we do exercise, feeling healthy during the Easter instead of doom scrolling.
Before this point I never really thought rowing as a more open and accessible sport, but this is made that possible for me.
I think it's really nice to be out on the water and meet new people, and yeah, I think it's really fulfilling.
The Free Water Sports Week is just one of many community schemes run by the Fulham Reach Boat Club, a charity that aims to use the sport to change lives. Those taking part today are sharing the space with some elite competition.
On Saturday, this stretch of river will host the annual boat race between the two most prestigious universities, Oxford and Cambridge. But here at Fulham Reach, they want to open up the sport to youngsters from all different communities and backgrounds.
Rowing as a sport, it can be quite expensive. The equipment isn't cheap. Having access and pontoons like we've got here is not easy to create, and it's a real shame that it isn't more accessible. So that's really why our charity was founded, to open it up and give more people the opportunity to learn this wonderful sport. To move a boat, you have to work together in unison, in rhythm, and you build connections in that way. And we think that's different to other sports, and we've seen that work really well across our charitable programmes, really, that kind of connection and that bond that people get.
A bond that stood the test of time, with former youth rowers sticking with the sport and coming back to the club to coach the next generation.
I started here about 4 years ago as a junior, and I volunteered on like all of these free water sports weeks and learn to row courses, and just kind of like developed through the ranks until I became a coach.
It has opened a whole different door that I wouldn't expect in my life. If I didn't come to that one time where I just like with my friends and we wanted to come down here and see it, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
And to anyone thinking of giving rowing a go,
I say go for it, even if you think it's going to be out of your comfort zone. Give yourself a chance and believe in yourself.
Fulham Reach Boat Club could be the awe-inspiring place to start.
Okay, let's easy that.
Daisy Bussell, ITV News.